Okay, so today we're doing the demonstration for the gas stoichiometry lab, and hopefully you have this paper, you folded the tab and glued it into your spiral, and you can fold this in half also so that it fits nicely in and you have some lined space to do some of your calculations. There is a pre-lab that will be very helpful to you in answering your questions. So even if you did not do the pre-lab questions before the lab, you really want to do those before you get to your final analysis questions. Okay, so we're going to follow our procedures. We'll start with step 1, which is always safety. Put on a pair of safety goggles, and I have those on. Can't reverse the screen right now, but they're on. The next thing we need to do is, we're done with that, mass a piece of copper wire and record the amount. Right, so here's the copper wire we're going to be using. We don't need all of it. We're just going to be needing a snip. It's about that much. In order to find the mass of it, when we come over to our analytical scale, we first need to make sure that that reads 0. So I'll press the tare button. And there we go. And so the mass of copper we're using is 0.862. 0.8630. 8630. Let's write that down. Record the amount. Okay. Next, make sure. The next step is to place the wire on a watch glass, add 20 milliliters of the 6 molar acid, which is very concentrated, one of the reasons we're doing this as a demo, to a 400 milliliter beaker. Okay, then we're going to place the watch glass on top of the beaker and carefully find the mass of the whole system. So place the wire on a watch glass. Watch glass. Wire on the watch glass. And we're going to measure out 20 milliliters of our very concentrated nitric acid. So, 6 molar nitric acid. And on this graduated cylinder, it has graduations marked on both sides. This leading up to 0 would be helpful if I was pouring amounts out. It would help me read what was poured out. Since I'm trying to measure what I put in, I'm going to use the side that goes from 0 up to 25. And I need the bottom of the meniscus to be at the 20 mark. And that is at the 20 milliliter mark. We're going to cap that nitric acid bottle. And grab some paper towels. It says to add this to a 400 milliliter beaker. That is a 400 milliliter beaker. And place the watch glass on top of that. And then find the mass of this whole system. So this is everything that's involved in the reaction, the copper and the nitric acid. So let's go back to our scale. And again, we want to make sure that it's at 0 to begin with. So we'll press the tare button. Okay. Very carefully place the system inside. Close both windows so that there's no air that pushes through and changes. Let's see, 202.4269. 202.4269. Oh, and this is grams. I should have made sure that I put grams as my unit here as well. Add the copper wire to the acid in the beaker and immediately place a watch glass on top. We'll record any observations. Then we'll place the beaker on a paper towel with our name on it into a fume hood overnight. That would be so we don't confuse that with other groups' work, but we're just going to have our one demonstration. So let's move that in this area here. And let's add the copper. I'll even twist it a little bit so that it's just curled up a little. All right. We will leave that overnight, and we'll see if we can get some good corrosion.